I mean, I'm a huge Game of Thrones nerd. I loved Game of Thrones, and it was just really, 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 really exciting. Um, so like it's been rumored for a long time that this has been coming. So
Uh, exactly. Yeah, like as you said, a sort of like Targaryen storyline.
mhm.
Not much more beyond that. Somewhere in the past.
Yep.
And just obviously dragons and shit. But yeah, beyond that, I didn't know anything of who was in it and stuff or whatever's going on with it. So
Yeah, it's been kind of kept a good secret, but it's supposed to be like the big driving force behind HBO Max.
yeah,
I know they've been doing a lot of stuff with like Warner Brothers and stuff like that, but I know this is going to be like one of their main properties that they're getting as an exclusive, so which is kind of exciting.
yeah,
When they first announced it back in this is probably like 2017 or 2018 that they
mm,
announced it. That I was really excited for it. Um, but it seems exciting. I'm excited for it. It looked good. Kind of kept a good theme to it.
yep, exactly. Um, Curious like how with the whole story, how long it's gonna be, stuff like that.
Yeah. So like, what's your thoughts on the Targaryen house being like the main storyline of the?
Overall, I don't mind it. I haven't like read the Game of Thrones books. Fan of the series for the most part, like the TV series. And if you're gonna pick a house, I guess the history of one, I suppose the Targaryen one is the most interesting. It's the most
Mm-hmm.
mysterious in a lot of ways. Um, like if it's 200 years before, not too long ago, but it'll probably set some stuff up. Like you could go, I don't know, other houses you could have a storyline with, and maybe they'll be interacting in the story, or at least lesser known in the past. Lannister, Stark could be good too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they have the biggest mystery with all the dragons because they were in the era of dragons, whereas with Game of Thrones they weren't.
That's
Um,
fair.
so I think if you're gonna pick that kind of thing, I go with that. Like one of the one I'd like to see if they're maybe I'm not sure if they're doing it would be like the I can't even remember the name of it, but like the old series like Valyria
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that, like
yeah,
the old people like where Valyrian steel comes
yeah.
from
Yep.
and that kind of stuff, like that ancient civilization and what the hell happened to them.
Oh,
That would be kind of
I
cool.
bet you they do touch on that because as far as I understand, it was killed by basically like the plague in a sense and dragons.
Maybe yeah, like let's
As far as I understand, I mean I could be completely wrong, but I mean yeah, that'd be really cool. There's a lot of things that you could touch on in that ancient Targaryen life. You know what I mean? Like it. There's so many like in-depth discussions we could have as that series is coming out, because from what we know was like, oh, okay, cool, she got like sent away because she's being hunted,
right.
and that's kind of all we know. We don't know anything leading up to it, and I don't know how long they're gonna make that series. Is it gonna like be to the point where it catches up to Game of Thrones, or is it gonna be like 100 years before Game of Thrones, and they're like, okay, cool.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, they gonna keep going. I'm assuming as long as it goes well, it'll be more than one season. Um, that kind of shit. So who really knows? Maybe they will, maybe not. Maybe it's like a one-off sort of series, but should do a bit of that. Like looking at the cast here, pull it up. So it's a 10 episode series.
Yep.
What's going to be?
Okay.
Most of the actors and actresses I don't know, but Matt Smith is in it. He's by the name of Daemon Targaryen. So that works.
So that was Matt Smith we seen.
That was Matt Smith. Yes, yeah,
Okay.
he's the only real one I know. A few actors I've great. Graham McTavish. I almost swear he was already in Game of Thrones, but maybe not. Um, but yeah, you got Amelia Alcock, Eve Best, Emily Carey. I don't know, familiar faces, but actors and actresses I don't know.
So a
I
big
wouldn't make
thing
a
like
shot.
is essentially Game of Thrones, right? You know, like they never didn't necessarily cast really big names. They had like one or two. You'd be like, oh, okay, I know who that person is, or I've seen that
Yeah,
person in a movie before.
correct. Or there could be some big names I'm just not familiar with, and people in the comments, let us know, guys, point it out. If you guys have any references here to who's who and why they're here, that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, like I think like I what I think is gonna happen is they're gonna actually start spinning off individual stories from each house.
What's that? Sorry.
They're gonna spin off a series for each house.
Yeah, I mean, it could be because I heard like originally that like I think they had like 4 planned and all but one or maybe two were scrapped or something like that. So maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had
I
that,
did
but
hear that they did scrap a bunch of series,
yeah,
or they pushed them back and they were gonna do like one completely at a time. Because like from what I understood, this is before even HBO Max was a thing.
yeah,
So like it seems like what it's probably gonna be is gonna be like, okay, let's release this one to HBO Max, see how it does, and then if it doesn't do good, then obviously we're not gonna waste our time and money into.
exactly. And maybe that's the approach. Like, if it does really, really well, okay, let's keep spinning some stuff off here, and which makes financial sense. Game of Thrones is not a cheap franchise to produce,
No
especially if you're doing things like dragons. That is some very expensive
CGI,
CGI,
yeah.
as they said, and why it took so long to do like the latter two seasons. And shorter episodes too. Like it's just or shorter seasons. It's just
It's so
um,
expensive.
yeah, exactly. Just so expensive. Um, okay, who is this?
Like overall, like I just love the Game of Thrones series, and I think one thing we should do in the future is when they release the episodes, we should watch the episodes and then like talk about the episode. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like that'd just be really fun.
Yeah, I mean it's a popular trend on YouTube. I'd love to do more stuff like that. Actually, do that more often. Stuff like that, react to shows as they
Well,
come
which
out.
means you need to watch shows and movies more, Antics.
I mean, I have been. I've been watching stuff. Been watching like What If a lot lately, which by the way is
Oh
just really
shit!
good.
Yeah, I actually got caught up finally, so that's
Good, good. So you're like caught up on that to the end, or
yeah. Like I'm what is it? The last one I watched was What If Ultron one.
yeah, yeah. And then the season finale is tomorrow for that too. So
Oh shit. Well, see, and
or
like
tomorrow.
okay, so like I know we're getting really off topic, and this is why this is in the discussion part.
Yeah.
Um, so in What If, it was very like I was like, okay, like they might flow the stories in together somehow, blah 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 blah, and I was like, but like some of them just don't make sense to me. But that last episode where they like kind of, they're like, by the way, they're all kind of linked together.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, you can switch universe.
and
That was pretty cool.
it's Ultron that fucking figures it out,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Fucking Ultron, he's wild.
Yep, exactly. Comic book Ultron. So it's good to see that kind of approach. Anyways, yeah, Game of Thrones. So what if Ultron were in Game of Thrones? No.
Yeah, next on What If.
I mean, universe. I mean, I guess the one universe doesn't own, but anyways. Um, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this kind of stuff like that. To kind of see where it goes. Hard to say. Like, I mean, George R. R. Martin's like a really really good writer. Obviously, been really famous for his work. So
Yeah,
he's got less involved, if really involved at all, on this. So I don't know if because that's what a lot of people complained about with like last season is that he didn't have it was
he
not
wasn't
in
there.
the
He
book.
didn't do
So
anything with it.
right. So just the general thing of how he wanted it to end was what was told because he passed away in the time frame. But so that kind of stuff. But yeah, so they have the idea that of what they were going to do with the last season, but so obviously went very different, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and so was this whole idea the other way, but it did seem like a very different uh feel than the rest of the stuff was. But
Yeah,
maybe that's just
it
my
didn't.
accident.
It felt more of a TV series than a book. You know, when you watch
Yeah,
the
it
first
changed.
seasons, it was like okay, it was very like this, and this happens in one episode, and the last one was like okay, this happens, but then we're gonna travel all the way over here, and this happens, then we're gonna go back over here, and this happens, and it's like
Yeah,
very jumpy and very like rushed. It felt.
yeah, it did, especially shortening down the episodes and stuff because it seems like I'm not sure how much truth there is, but like there's a lot more dialogue in the other like the originals like many first seasons and like every season got less and
Mm-hmm.
less dialogue. And I think that's why Game of Thrones was so good. Like that dialogue aspect, that politicalness, the whole like deception and stuff like that was really really good for people who
Mm-hmm.
have that drama style. Which and don't get me wrong, like last season was amazing visually and stuff like that. And I didn't mean the story for the most part, but like it, as they got it shorter, and I think HBO even said like you guys can make more episodes. We're
Yep.
cool with it. Do what you want,
Yeah.
even if you have to. either they just didn't want to. It seems like a poor choice because it could have been fleshed out a lot more.
They could have had a whole other season.
Yeah, like even like where, and yeah, could have even done that. But like even like little things, like it was so like they save they defeat the Night King and all that shit, and then the two dragons are flying over the ocean coming in, and the one
Yeah.
gets like slaughtered just like that. Like that was so anticlimactic. It was not even funny.
Right? Yeah,
Like
it just didn't seem like it made sense.
no,
And I
it didn't.
mean, I don't know. I love Game of Thrones. Like, I've got the collector's edition box set. Like,
Yeah,
even the last season, honestly, the fact that it wasn't as good as the other seasons, it is still one of the best seasons on TV. Like, I think Game of Thrones is the best made TV series to ever touch the screen.
ooh, bold.
Well, like, really, you get someone watching Game of Thrones, and, like, everyone explains it the same way. You make it through the first, like, season, basically, and then after that, you're hooked.
Yeah,
It's because
very much.
the dialogue of the first one, it builds up, you kind of get to know all the characters, you fall in love with fucking Tyrion Lannister, like,
Yeah,
and it's just like those moments, right, where it's like and it seems like it's always got those big moments that come out of nowhere that you're like, oh, fuck. And then also the big thing is like you find a character, you love that character dies.
pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Game of Thrones holds no punches essentially.
Who
Like
was your favorite character? Like, who was the first character that you like seen and were like, I like that character?
Rob Stark.
Really?
Like yeah, like probably. Well, I mean, first not knowing you watching the first season, just hearing good Game of Thrones, how good Game of Thrones was, like and stuff. I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Ned Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean good, and then he dies at the end. Like, and I didn't know nothing about Game of Thrones before this really, so I was like, oh, okay, he's not actually dead. Something happened. He was saved or something like that. And then I obviously he wasn't going into the next season or the next
Yep.
few episodes and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, is this what is this? This isn't this okay? What this is weird. I thought he was the main character. Nope. Okay, cool. So, and I sort of quickly started to figure out that Game of Thrones doesn't care.
Yeah. They don't care if you like a character or not. He's dead.
Yeah, and I think this was really like, but probably after that, Rob Stark, and then you get to the Reigns of Castamere, the Red Wedding. That sucked. That was an emotional problem. But like even so, like in Game of Thrones really does really good with story arcs. Like you love and hate characters as you go through. Like yeah, what's his face? Theon
Oh,
and stuff
Theon.
like that. He's got quite the arc of being loved, hated as you go through. John's okay. Like starts off a little rough. I think he's like, all right, good, heroic guy, and really goes awesome arc
Yeah,
through that.
he's got a very good, like, it starts very low. So
Yeah,
like I think with John, my expectations for the first like little bit were very low.
yeah,
And then as it's like, oh shit, like he is king shit
yeah,
by the end of it, and you're like, the way, okay, that is actually in the way they ended with him was probably
yeah,
the thing that bothered me the most.
yeah, yeah. Me too. It
Uh,
was it was dumb.
okay, so now I don't know how you feel about this, but I think there should have been a trial by combat between him and Grey Worm.
Yeah, I think it would have been fitting or something like
I
that.
think it would have been great, and it's
Or
like,
even if it wasn't that, he comes into the throne room and decides to fight him or something like that after Drogon leaves, something to that
yeah,
effect. Yeah, I mean, he should have been maybe the Hand of the King if nothing else. Go back to the North, it was really underwhelming for his whole storyline and coming back, and just the fact he's a Targaryen.
dude, when they first, like, when that episode happened, when you hear her whisper, instantly, that's all I thought. I was like, Jon Snow's a Targaryen.
Yeah,
And I was like, no fucking way, this is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. Freaking out to myself because, nope, this is crazy.
yeah.
This is a crazy thought. I'm like, can't be.
Seriously.
But
Yeah.
also, I was also convinced Tyrion is a Targaryen as well.
Um. Yeah, there was that theory too. Like I kept basking on those theories, and it made a lot of sense that he
Well,
could have been.
with the dragons
Yeah.
well, I mean, his urge for power and like it seemed like a weird thing for him not to be a Targaryen.
Yeah.
And the fact that he really just didn't fit the Lannister mold.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything. I kind of pointed like to it that it could possibly be like that. But yeah, Tyrion was a great character himself, so that was good. But
My two favorite characters in that entire thing, I was so thankful that like nothing happened that was super traumatic.
Yeah.
So like I love Tyrion
Yeah.
and Bronn.
Uh, what? Who? Braun? Who?
Tyrion's like right hand man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That Braun. Okay. There's so much. Yeah.
because
Yes.
when I first seen him, I was like,
Sure.
this is my kind of guy. He's like, I
Yeah.
don't care who I'm killing as long as you're paying me.
Exactly. Sleazy badass, he's probably John sticks to his morals the entire time. Braun sticks to his morals the entire time. Very
Yeah,
different morals, but they did not
yeah,
basically differentiate. Like even at the end, like with him, it's like, hey, I want something. I'm gonna not side with Cersei. I'm siding with you guys, but you can offer me something that she can't. And
yeah,
it's like, whatever. He won't kill us, and he almost kills Jamie.
yeah, right.
Uh, so they're stuck to their whole morals and stuff like that. And it's cool too when other characters don't because their arc goes well. Um, Even Cersei is a bit different. Like she's always been cutthroat and stuff like that, but even she had her mixed reasons for doing things going up and down.
Well, I mean, okay, so like in all honesty, like Jamie Lannister hated him from the first bit.
Yeah.
Started really liking him near the end, but then obviously the whole like that's my sister. I love my sister, and I'm like, you're a fucktard, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he goes back to who he is. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
So
like,
great.
she treats you like shit. Stop it.
Yep. Yeah.
And I mean, I just love Game of Thrones. It's like I said, it's just such a good. It builds characters so well, and that's why even when people would die, you'd feel it.
Yeah. That's what a good show does, right? Yeah, you feel that death, like it hurts. You get emotional for it. Blows your mind. You get anger. You get all shades of emotion,
Well,
which is
like,
why the show was so good.
well, you also got to think like, so I didn't start watching until the third or fourth season, whatever season the Battle of the Bastards happens in.
Yeah.
So I didn't start the series until that season came out. And
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so like it came out, and then I downloaded all of them and I started watching them all. And
Wow.
I realized I was hooked after I watched an entire season in one day.
Jesus. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 'cause that's pretty much what I did. I think I got. Pretty sure I bought the first season. Um, to watch it, but yeah, exactly. I think I started watching it once the second season had started. Pretty sure. But yes, it was really new.
Yeah,
But
there
yeah,
was a lot of people
great
were
show.
hyping it up, and I was like, it's whatever, it's whatever, it's whatever, it's
Yeah,
whatever. I'm like,
great show.
it's a show about dragons and so on and so forth. Like, cool. And I'm like, at that point, obviously the dragons weren't even cool. They were just in the show, and people were freaking out about them. And I was like, oh, I don't get it. But I mean, I've done that with so many shows that I regret. Like I did that with Breaking Bad.
Right.
Which, I mean, fuck, that show was awesome. The way that it
Yep.
ended, everything, great show
Yep.
overall.
Great show.
I didn't watch it until 2 years ago. So, like, I was like, it's stupid, it's stupid, it's stupid. I couldn't get into it. Absolutely fell in love with it the minute I started watching it.
Exactly. Yeah. And some shows that was the fact. You just gotta give them a chance and just.
Well, and I
chances of
tried
that's happening.
watching that show so many damn times. Like, I think I got into the first episode. I think I tried watching it 3 different times. And then the minute I got past that first episode, I was like, oh, this show's fucking amazing. Sons of Anarchy, same thing. I didn't watch it until they put it on Netflix in Canada.
Wow.
And
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it.
really? But
Yeah.
you've watched Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy, great show, front to back. Literally one of my favorite shows.
Good.
But which is this is the thing, right? So out of my like top 5 TV shows, 3 of them I put off and was like, you guys are just overhyping this show.
Yep. And yeah, so
it's like
good.
I normally don't get into shows super early on because I'm like, I hate being disappointed. So even if it's like the first season trailer looks really good, and I'm like, like even okay, so like I haven't watched The Witcher yet.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a problem. Get on it.
Well, see, and I know people hype it up, but I'm like, what if the second season's shit? And I'm excited for this garbage season.
Well, I don't know. Everything that is The Witcher is amazing, so that's half the thing.
Fun fact: I also have not played the video game.
Okay, 2 things. Because one, I'm noticing is that everything that's overhyped is giving you low expectations for stuff going into it, which is probably why you like it so much, which really helps because when you overhype something and you believe it, you go into it, you're like, okay, that wasn't so good. So that's a good thing. We had I think I missed it talking about before in our previous videos, like our favorite video games of all time and stuff like that. Not just the N64 ones, but I think we talked about a podcast like the best video game of all
Yeah.
time. The Witcher 3 is probably it for me.
Really?
Yep. Yeah,
Now,
it's a slow pace. Like it's like if you imagine Skyrim and stuff like that, playing a bit of that. Like there's so much to fucking do, but everything is so unique and mysterious in such a fucking world, and the hilarity of the combat, everything. It's so fucking.
so
Yeah,
like that, I think that's why I've never been able to get into the Witcher games, and
Yeah.
probably why I wasn't super excited about the show, because slow paced games drive me crazy. I'm not a grinder. I don't go into play games and like, even the Call of Duty, I'm not the person that the game comes out and I'm like, oh, I got to get all the skins. I got to get all the, do all that shit. It's like, I'm just going to play and have fun. It's like, I don't really care. I used to like during the Xbox 360 days, I would play a game and be like, okay, I'm going to achievement hunt the fuck out of this thing.
Yeah.
But like now, not so much. Like it's like, okay, I pick up a game, I play it. Last game I played all the way front to back was Red Dead, and it took me almost a year to play that game.
Oh wow.
And I loved Red Dead. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is my favorite game of all time. But I have this thing where I pick up a video game, play it for a bit, forget about it.
Yeah.
It's like, life happens. If I get too much of a break in a video game, I forget about it.
Yeah.
But it was like when I went back to Red Dead, I was like, holy shit, this game's so good. Why did I stop playing this?
Same kind of thing with The Witcher. You get that exact same vibe for it too. Like it's that kind of game where there's so much to do and takes a long time to do it all. But
well, it's like when I looked at how much time I have into Red Dead Redemption 2, I was like, I've played this game for 3 days. The worst part is I played it for 21 hours straight one day. Didn't even realize it.
So then, hey,
I was literally on a day off. Nobody else was home. Like I think at the time the girl I was with at the time was out of town at her parents' house or some shit.
Uh-huh.
And I just sat down and literally had nothing to do. Like I slept for 3 hours and picked it up and played it again like the next day. But it was like I literally fell asleep playing it.
Jesus.
Because like at that point, I think I was up for like almost 2 days straight.
Just be tired. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I should probably go to bed. Like I'm kind of tired, and I was like, I should do something tomorrow or whatever. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just like do a mission or two in Red Dead. Yep, sure as shit.
Sure as shit.
21 hours later.
Uh-huh.
A few Uber orders to the house. I like how this started off as a discussion about Game of Thrones, and now we're on video games.
Exactly. This is what happens with our discussions, guys. This is what we do.
Also, speaking of Game of Thrones video games, why have we not got a good Game of Thrones video game?
I don't know, because usually when you make a video game about this TV show, it sucks ass.
But
not the other way around.
I mean, with the way things are now, right? You got to think, we've never had like a good movie game, or we've never had. So essentially, don't base it off of the story specifically. Well, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know. You gotta have some artistic. You should have be a spin-off and not just the movie version or the TV show version of the game or game version of the
Spider-Man, right? Like Spider-Man, the newest games are great.
Yes.
Even when they did the original Spider-Man N64 PlayStation 1 games, those were good.
Those were good, but to be fair, they were not based off of a movie.
Wasn't the first N64 ones based off of the movie?
No, I don't think it was out then. Or so it was the Xbox One age and.
Okay. Now, what about Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider. Okay, but Tomb Raider was still its own thing, though. It wasn't based. I don't.
Now, was Tomb Raider a movie or a game first?
Tomb Raider was a movie first. Pretty sure. And then
I gotta look this up now.
I'm losing my train of thought on this. Yeah, like I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking the other way around. Movies on games. Oh wait, no. Movie games. I don't even know. Which sucks. They both suck sometimes. But they did do a Game of Thrones one's like a game. with the Telltale series, which is really pretty considered. The reviews on that were like,
Oh,
so. Oh, what?
okay. So apparently it was a game first, and then they turned it into a movie.
Oh, was okay. Huh,
Um,
really?
hang on,
All
let's
right.
look up best video games based on movies, because that might give us a better idea of what we're looking at here.
Yeah. Like I mean, if you're spinning them off in your own story, you can sometimes do good with that. I think it's when you stick to the same exact story you have problems. So maybe Game of Thrones could do it, but I don't even know what you do with that. Like, it's got to have a really good narrative. Is the like what do you? I don't know the avenue you take
Mm-hmm.
to do Game of Thrones justice. Like, I love like Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War,
I
and obviously
literally
that's
just scrolled past that in the
right?
list.
Yeah, like that. Those are amazing games, and still take very much artistic liberties with it, with the universe, which is fine, good. Which side note, that'll be a show coming out soon too. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. Like I don't know what you do with Game of Thrones as a game.
You do something very similar to that, I think.
I think
The Shadow.
everything. I think every game should be using Shadow of Mordor and War's system, but no game does, and it's a piss off. And they should because Time Warner is HBO and therefore has access to using that system.
Yeah.
If it's trademarked. So yeah, it needs to be on every game. It needs to be the Batman games. It needs to be like it's such a good system of a video game that's highly replayable, where you just have like ranks and armies and stuff like that, and ways to take over, and then people who remember you when you kill them, like this kind of stuff. You need that shit in games.
And I
You
mean,
can
think
probably do
about
that
like
with
how
Game of
many
Thrones.
Star Wars video games we have out now. Some of them are really
Yes,
good, some of them are bad.
yes,
But like even like one of the like two of the games on the list that kind of catch my eye that like I didn't really think about. Alien Isolation. So that game was really highly reviewed.
yes,
I never played it personally, but it was apparently a really good game.
yeah. I did, and I love it. It's a
And then
fantastic game.
obviously one that we probably both played the hell out of is GoldenEye.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That would be one of the better ones that was reviewed for it too. And which is Alien Isolation is good for that too because like most of the Alien games before that were always garbage. Like, they always went in a weird direction that really took away from what the movie was. It was just always a fucking
Yep.
shit show. I haven't even played it, and I've completely forgot it came out. But the one game that came out, I liked AVP. AVP was a cool game. I thought it was, but not highly reviewed. But I enjoyed it.
I had
But
fun with it, but it was a very short bursts of fun. Like I didn't think I
yeah,
could play it for 5 or 6 hours. Like it would be a game I'd stream.
right,
It's like I pick it
right,
up,
right.
have some fun, fuck around, boom, done.
Yeah, but apparently, like the Predator Hunting Grounds game was pretty good. Seems like people enjoy that one. I
I
saw a
heard
lot of
that.
reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot it was even a thing. It's like, oh, there's people making content on this. Cool. Like, yeah, some might check that one out at some point, but I don't know. So I guess there's some doing it that do good. I guess adaptations, just not very often. I don't know. You gotta
Um,
be careful with franchises like that. The higher rated the franchise, you gotta be very careful.
Picture them making
So,
a Breaking Bad game. Just cooking
uh,
meth.
yeah,
VR.
seriously, yeah. Maybe they should like just add Walter White to Overcooked. That's dude,
Dude.
fucking awesome that would be.
I would pay so much for that DLC pack.
Seriously.
If they released it with like $120, I'd be like, all right, I'm in. Hey,
Did you ever see that video where somebody made like the fan made video game of Lego Breaking Bad?
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's like that was cool. Like just like the game and all the little the little collectible items or little pieces of the blue Legos, except for
Yeah.
math and stuff like that. Like that was really well done. Uh, but yeah, uh,
Uh,
but yeah, I mean, I don't know what you could do with that kind of story. Maybe that would be a good Telltale series. Would be Breaking Bad because they don't.
that's literally what I was just thinking. A Telltale game series of Breaking Bad would be lit.
Yeah, because you could do so much in that universe too. Wouldn't necessarily have to be Walter White. It could be because they like to tie that in with other characters from the content and stuff like
Yep.
that. So you can just tie it in. And they've had interactions with Saul, interactions with
Yep.
Gustavo, things like that. Like that'd be spot on. Hold it like that.
Really, we just
Yeah,
need to be like we just need someone like really famous to come in and listen to our ideas.
yep, Yeah.
So everybody just when this video comes out, just drop it in everybody's Instagram DMs, like every famous person you know. Just send it to them, and maybe you never know, one person's gonna see it, and then all of our crazy ideas could just get financed. It's crazy.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks, guys. Awesome.
I don't even know. I mean, honestly, I'm just glad it's not like a character I wouldn't have wanted. Like personally, I think like is if it's not Waluigi, hit Sora. It's a great pick.
Yep.
Straight up. And I mean, at the end of the day, let's face it, if Nintendo's going after big games like that to get partnered.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. Sorry.
But yeah, like, I mean, shit. When are we gonna see Nintendo start doing the Fortnite play? You know, like where they just start randomly getting huge licenses that, you know, don't necessarily belong in a Nintendo game, but are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
very much so.
Well, and also like I said, this is them partnering with them to do the Kingdom Hearts series on Nintendo. Because I think it's 1.5 and 2.5 remix, and then I think they're even getting 3.5 as well.
All right, yeah, all right.
Which is kind of exciting.
Yeah, it's a good brand maneuver. I mean, I suppose Sora's a good fitting character to me in Smash, more than several of the choices. So that's good. There's a lot of DLC I would have done without.
Oh wow, they're coming soon. Yeah, 1.5 and 2.5 in the 2.8 final chapter, and Kingdom Hearts 3. And it looks like they're coming like in October.
This month, October?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. So that's probably like content is. Yeah, because do we have a release date for the Ultimate Smash content or no?
Oh no, it says it'll be announced later. But like I see October 14th is one of the tabloid things for it. Right. So.
Right.
Like that's kind of crazy.
I'd say so.
Which I'm really thankful. Like I love the Kingdom Hearts games. I haven't played them in so long. I actually didn't even beat 3. Mainly because it was just so much like built up hype leading up to it. For them to not come out with it, I basically forgot about that series for such a long time. And then I pre-ordered it, played it for a couple hours, beat like the first world, then forgot about it. Like what I do. But I love the series. I think it's a really cool concept. It's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Disney. So obviously that side of the world excites me. Not the biggest Final Fantasy guy, but you know.
Yeah.
So like now, so that being the last character, is there any other characters you think would be really good to come to Smash?
Waluigi.
Besides him.
Yeah. That's a great question, actually. I know I always have thoughts for this. Who else could you do really well? I'm trying to think of Nintendo IPs that we've seen, newer ones maybe. You could do something for Monster Hunter because they actually have that as a Sis trophy, so it's not unlikely that would happen.
I thought we had some Monster Hunter characters.
I don't think we did. Do we have Monster Hunter characters? I'm just an idiot. I don't think so. We have like the Monster Hunter Dragon as one of the assist trophies, which is great. So that could be a thing. I mean, I think like with Nintendo and Microsoft's relationship, you get a lot of that. So Master Chief would be quite cool.
Master Chief would be dope. Picture Kratos.
That potential thing, but you could also Crash Bandicoot would be awesome for sure.
Crash Bandicoot's in it.
No, he's not. Don't go.
Oh no, Banjo-Kazooie. You're right.
Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I went for somebody's thing. But yeah. Crash Bandicoot is not. Crash Bandicoot would be a great fit. It just works. Like he's that type of character, very Smash-like, and quite an iconic character from the past. That would go very, very well. For the love of God, no more Fire Emblem, please.
Yeah. I don't like Fire Emblem personally. Yeah. So the fact that like half
Yeah.
the DLC characters I paid for are Fire Emblem
Well,
characters.
almost the same like repetition. Like, yeah, they're different characters. They do have different movesets, but it's just like you got so many better choices. And I don't know that you could do that. You could do boy, what else you got? What do you have any ideas?
So
Any?
like I think I'm like I was honestly speculating that they were gonna bring a character from Fortnite into Smash
Oh,
Bros.
I
Like you
mean,
when
huge franchise, yeah,
when they went in with Piranha or not Piranha Plant, what the fuck am I talking about? The guy for Minecraft Steve.
yeah,
I was like, yo, like they're probably gonna do something with Fortnite because Fortnite's a huge game.
yeah. Minecraft's a huge game. Fortnite's a huge game. Biggest out there nowadays. Yeah, that is somewhat surprising that they have it in some capacity. I'm not sure how uptight Epic is with it. Maybe
And
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Epic's probably like, oh, we want an 80% cut.
Yeah. I could also see Overwatch.
mm,
They even like Blizzard themselves like said whoever said it originally, like they'd be open to having any character in the game, like straight up. So obviously they haven't been contacted about it or it hasn't been agreed upon. But like if they had to choose, they pick Tracer because she's kind of the mascot of Overwatch. Makes
yeah,
perfect sense. You'd have like a Zero Suit Sounds kind of counterpart, just with fast
yeah,
moveset kind of thing, boots and
teleporting
stuff.
kind of cool
Yeah,
shit.
like you could do like a teleportation counter like some characters have, kind of moves like that, and being able to some cool move sets like that. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Like Tracer would be fantastic. I'm just trying to draw blanks here to what else you could do. There's so much like you could do for like assist trophies and stuff quite well
Yeah.
too from other franchises that aren't characters. Like I'm thinking like you could do like Among Us for assist trophies.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
You could do like Fall Guys as assist trophies.
Oh, that'd be really cool too.
Like things like that.
Now with it like this being the last character, how long do you think we're gonna have to wait for another Smash game?
Oh, not Switch. I won't be
It's
on Switch,
normally
whatever it is.
one Smash Bros
Yeah,
per console, right? Like
and this
they,
one's was a lot of hard work. You're doing this thing is going on for years now, making the content for the game. That's still not even completely done yet for the content. So, it, yeah, like it'd be years. And if they do it again, like I think they even said themselves, like I think Sakurai said maybe that they can't do this all again. Like there's just so many characters. If you want to redo it all, and you have to redo the licenses, like that's a lot to be able to pull off. Unless they already have it in their book to do it for
well,
future
you know,
stuff.
it's
But
also crazy. So like Banjo Kazooie, right?
yeah,
Originally on Nintendo, but owned
yeah,
by Microsoft.
yeah,
Minecraft owned by Microsoft.
yeah.
Now, when are we gonna get Master Chief in fucking Smash Bros?
Yeah, true. And I'm pretty sure Banjo Kazooie is coming to that new N64 thing with the
Oh yeah, yeah, the
which is a
classic or
big
whatever.
deal.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that means Donkey Kong 64 is. I hope so. But yeah, so good question. I mean, maybe he'll be in the next one. Like if you were to have like another third DLC pass of characters show up on it, you have Master Chief, Waluigi, Crash, maybe Tracer.
Those would be some big licenses, and like
Yeah,
you'd have to
another
charge a
Fire Emblem
lot for that.
character.
And, you know, I think that's maybe why they do what they do with their DLC passes.
Yeah.
Because they probably like who else came out of this one? It was Minecraft, right?
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
yeah, you had Minecraft. You had some anime half. I don't know what game that was from. I don't even know. Was it Genshin Impact? I don't fucking
um,
know. DLC Pass 2. So you had Steve. You had that. You had Terry, I think, from Fatal Fury. You
um,
had Sephiroth. Was he in the
oh,
second
Min
pack?
Min, Steve and Alex, Sephiroth, Pyra and Mithra, and Kazuya from Tekken.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Tekken. Yeah.
You know, overall, like that's a big budget lineup.
Yeah, and almost for sure, I don't know how the contracts work, but I'm sure those companies maybe get a piece of the cut of the DLC pass. Could be wrong. Maybe Nintendo just doesn't go that avenue because, like, thinking of Class of Dead by Daylight, there's parts of those do go to the licensees. So, I don't obviously we'll never know what the inner workings are and how that
Yeah,
how it works, how they decide on characters and stuff. But I mean, like, the options are endless. Because if you can make Minecraft Speed work in Smash, which is a big stretch, and apparently was very stressful making that work, you can do anybody really.
Well,
Like, you
and
could,
so like I just looked at the first one, the first fighter pass, and
yeah,
it's Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry, and Byleth.
yeah.
So like the second one blew the first one out of the water. Like
Yeah, probably they were more or less for like the licenses you get from that. Yes, yeah,
like
I would agree.
I don't know. I hope that they might just do a third one
Yeah, I mean, he was well
because
paid for it,
this
and
the
so he would,
Switch I don't think is done anytime soon.
no, you'd be going for a while. That they keep updating it, stuff like that.
And like
Um,
they just released the OLED version of it.
yeah, and there's rumors on a 4K version apparently in development or something, which is, I mean, a bit slightly late, but whatever.
So like if this is our only Smash game, which
Yeah,
Smash is like a big reason that a lot of people even own a Switch, we should get another fighter pass.
yeah, hoping so.
They say this is it. He's like Sora's the last character, but why?
Yeah,
Like there's got to be a reason that they decided to stop their cash cow, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Because no matter what they release for DLC, if it's like, just me skins or just like obviously the fighter pass, which like $40 Canadian isn't cheap for a DLC pack.
No,
And
that's like half a game.
well, and that's it, right? So if they're still making this kind of money, are they really going to stop?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know about Nintendo's approaches, so realistically, why would you keep it rolling? But I don't know. I hope so, obviously. But who knows?
Exactly. Who knows? I mean, there's so many video games coming out. Like, I mean, if it doesn't come out for 6 months, that they do another fighter pass, I'll be all right with it. Like, I've got so many video games taking up my life in the next month and a half.
Yeah.
There's Back for Blood, which we've talked about on the podcast previously.
Right.
Did you play that at all?
Yeah. I played the beta.
Did you like it?
It was all right. I'm glad it's on Game Pass because honestly, I wouldn't buy it.
See, I was stupid and I bought it because obviously I just bought it on PC, pre-ordered it, and then they're like, "Hey, by the way, it's coming on Game Pass." I was like,
Assume
"Thanks."
everything comes on Game Pass.
Yeah, right. It's like I don't know why this is on Game Pass, but it's on Game Pass. But okay.
Yeah.
So like, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
But then there's like, okay, so like for me personally, there's that comes out on the 12th of October, so like very soon here. NHL comes out on the 15th.
Yep.
And then November we've got Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield.
Yeah. Wait, Battlefield comes out this year? Why did I think it was next year?
No, Battlefield 2042.
Is it this year?
I think it's end of November.
Why do I think it's not this year? I don't. Okay.
Hang on. We're gonna pull up this googly machine. Yeah, November 19th.
All right. Oh, fuck me then. I don't know why. I thought it was next year.
Wait. It says that was the initial release date. Oh, yeah, that's everywhere it says is November 19th.
All right then. I stand corrected.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Halo comes out on the 15th.
Yep.
And Vanguard's coming out sometime in the beginning of November.
Big month.
Like, dude, what? Like Far Cry 6 just came out. Good thing I don't like it. Like, I'm not a Far Cry person.
And Mario Party.
And then, yeah, Mario Party at the end of the month. Like, what am I? Like,
what do you do?
I'm gonna be stuck in my gaming chair 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't come to work today. I gotta play video games.
Yeah.
I mean, good thing Mario Party's on the Switch, right? We can just take that shit to work with us.
Easy. Done. It's there. Perfect.
But yeah, like, goddamn, there's just so much shit coming out. So yeah, if they took a little bit of a break from Smash and like decided to like, oh, here we're not releasing any more characters, and 6 months down the road, they're like, by the way, Waluigi.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd be excited for it. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we end this?
No, that's it for me, I think.
Okay. Well, then that's it for the video, guys. We appreciate you. We love you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you haven't followed Fancy Antics or myself on our YouTube pages, make sure you guys check those out. Links will be down in the description below. As well, follow Fancy Antics on all places you can listen to music. And then look me up on Twitch. If you like my personality, I'm the same everywhere I am. And then obviously I play video games on Twitch as well. So
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, guys, and let us know if you have anything else we want us to react to. We're always open for that kind of stuff. Looking for new avenues. That's the best part about this stuff is your guys' engagement. So let us know what you think of this video, what else you want us to react to, and we'll be there for you.
Exactly, yeah. Just make sure you let us know on all of our social medias, which is like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everything. And then just let us know what you guys want us to talk about or react to.
Yep.
But that's it for the video, guys. We appreciate you.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.